Hey guys, so I recently saw a movie on Hulu entitled The Greatest Hits. I'm covering it, and I'm not sure if it's a Hulu exclusive, but I rather enjoyed it, and I wanted to share my thoughts with you guys. Okay, so a little bit about the plot of the movie. The movie stars Lucy Boynton as the main character Harriet, and on the right hand side is her boyfriend Max. She lost her boyfriend Max to a car accident years earlier, and she's still really going through it, dealing with the emotions of grief, of loss, and specifically certain songs trigger memories and moments of that they had between them, and it literally transports her back to that specific moment. But on the outside, people see her having a seizure. So to prevent these seizure attacks, she wears noise cancellation headphones, and she works in the library to mitigate these situations from happening. And she also attends grief counseling sessions where she eventually meets a new love interest named David, and sparks fly between them. But basically she's kind of torn between letting go of the past or pursuing this new relationship and moving on with her life. Okay, so all in all, I really enjoyed the movie. I thought it was an interesting and heartfelt take on profound themes such as dealing with grief and loss. And I thought all of the actors were fantastic in it. Anybody else who has seen the movie do agree that Lucy Boynton totally reminds you of Sienna Miller. I just feel like their style, their look, I don't know, I feel like they're like spitting images of each other. But anyways, yes, I really enjoyed the movie. But now I'm kind of going to get into spoilers, so if you don't want to hear it, definitely tune out. Okay, well this one's not like too much of a spoiler, but I guess what I also enjoyed about the movie is that I could relate to some of it, because I feel like one of the hardest parts of dealing with grief or loss is that people kind of expect you to move on with your life. And I feel like there always is kind of like this ticking clock or a countdown where it's kind of like, all right, like so much time has passed, you really need to move on with your life. But it's like easier said than done. And I think they really captured this with Harriet's interaction with her best friend Morris. He's kind of always like pushing her, nudging her to let go of the past. And from the outside, it can seem callous, but I think I kind of understand, obviously, like where it's coming from. Everybody that loves you, your friends and your family, they have your best interest in mind, and they just don't want you to, waste your life away being sad. They want you to treasure every moment and move on as quickly as you can so you can be happy and you can be present in your life again. So I think that was really captured well. Okay, so now I'm getting into kind of deeper spoilers, so definitely check out if you don't want to hear this. But I saw some takes on David as just being kind of heartless, and some criticism about him, because in the beginning when he found out that Harriet was really holding on to the past, really invested on the past, he kind of wrote her off as a red flag, and there are some people saying that that wasn't very sensitive of him. But I'm going to be honest here, I think for me it's kind of a red flag too, especially when you just start dating someone and you realize, they've just gone out of this really long-term relationship, and they kind of compare you, pit you against their ex, or they keep mentioning like a past relationship. Like, I think everybody wants to be with a partner that's very present and ready to love again. Like, we don't want to be with someone who's like kind of using you for a rebound. So I totally relate to him, and I didn't really understand why there was so much criticism about him online. Okay, so now this part is really, really spoiler, so definitely tune out if you don't want to hear this. But essentially, the movie ends with Harriet deciding to actually transport herself back to the moment that she meets Max for the first time, and rewrite history by not pursuing that relationship. And thus, like, this never had happened. But then, in essence, then her relationship with David also doesn't happen. So it's kind of like leaving up to chance if they're going to see each other again. And while I thought that was an interesting take, essentially she is rewriting history in order to deal with the grief. For me, it kind of would have been a better ending or solution if she actually like transported back into a moment with Max and kind of broke it to him that, hey, while I really enjoyed our relationship, it was such a big important part of my life, like I really need to let you go so that I can move on with my life. I think that for me kind of makes more sense because I am a firm believer that everything is fated, everything happens for a reason. So to me that would have made more sense, and then for her to like fully let go of the past rather than kind of like rewriting and like obliterating what happened, because I think all memories and all experiences are important and they make us a better person. We learn a lot of valuable lessons, so I didn't really like how the movie approached it by just kind of wiping him from her memory as a solution. But anyways, I thought the movie was really enjoyable. I think it's a hidden gem. I think I saw and only heard about through TikTok, and I definitely thought it deserved a lot more attention than it got. I think it kind of got overshadowed by a lot of other big blockbuster films that have come out recently, like Challengers. But I think this one's definitely worth checking out, and I'd love to hear what you guys thought about it and your take on it. But yes, thanks for watching.